It's late. Your dog is asleep on the floor beside you, and then it starts. A paw twitches, then both back legs running against nothing. His nose flutters. A muffled sound comes out. Half a bark caught somewhere in his throat. You smile. You've seen it 100 times. He's chasing rabbits, you think. But stop for a second. What if it isn't a joke? What if he really is chasing something? And that something is real and happened today, and you were there. Because a dog's twitching sleep isn't random noise. For the last 25 years, we've been able to look inside it. And what's in there is not a rabbit. It's a memory replaying. And there's a good chance you're in it. Humans have always wondered this. You watch any sleeping animal long enough, a dog, a cat, a horse in a field, and you see the signs. For thousands of years, that's all it was, a question. Do animals dream? Aristotle thought so. He wrote that dogs bark in their sleep. Darwin assumed yes too. But nobody could prove it because you can't ask a dog what it saw while it slept. You need to somehow watch the dream itself, to record the brain telling its own story in the dark, and then read that story back. For most of history, that was impossible. Then, in the 1990s, in a lab at MIT, a neuroscientist figured out how to do exactly that. Not with a dog, but with a much simpler animal. And what he found changed what we know about every sleeping mind on Earth. His name is Matthew Wilson. And his breakthrough started, like a lot of them do, almost by accident. Wilson studied rats, specifically their hippocampus, the part of the brain in rats and your dog and in you that records where you've been and what happened there. He had rats running a simple track for food, with tiny electrodes recording individual brain cells as they ran. And he noticed something. As a rat crossed the track, its cells fired in a strict order, cell by cell, place by place. Every spot had its own signature, a unique fingerprint of firing as distinct as a barcode. So just by reading the neurons, Wilson always knew exactly where the rat was. This is the same machinery that, tonight, is filing away your dog's morning walk, which meant Wilson could try something no one ever had. He could watch the rat sleep and read what its brain was doing in the dark. So he did. He let the rats run the track all day. Then he recorded their brains while they slept, specifically during REM sleep, the stage where humans do most of their dreaming, and the patterns came back. Not random firing, not noise. The exact same signature, cell by cell, place by place, that the rat had produced while running the track hours earlier. The same barcode playing again in the dark. Wilson looked at REM episode after REM episode. Again and again, they replayed the running pattern, and the match was so precise that he could do something almost unbelievable. He could tell you where on the track the rat was dreaming it was, whether it was running or standing still. He was reading the content of the dream, and it was playing back at roughly the same speed the rat had lived it. A real-time replay of the day. The rat wasn't just sleeping. It was running the track again in its mind, with its body still, reliving the exact route it had taken while awake. It was dreaming, and the dream was a memory. So here's what that means, and it changes everything about the twitching animal on your floor. A dream is a replay. The brain takes the day and runs it again while you sleep, to keep it, which raises the only question that matters to you. What's on your dog's track? Wilson worked with rats because rats are simple. A rat's day is a track and some food. Its dream is a track and some food. Now think about your dog. Your dog has the same hippocampus, the same REM sleep, the same replay machinery. Every mammal does. But your dog's brain is far more complex than a rat's, and your dog's day is infinitely richer. Not a track and a pellet. A morning walk, the smell of 100 other dogs, a game of fetch, a stranger at the door, the sound of your car, you, Stanley Coren, one of the leading canine researchers in the world at the University of British Columbia, has shown a dog's dreaming brain moves through the same sleep stages as a human's, and that dogs dream about their day. Pointers point at dream birds. Retrievers chase dream balls. There's no scientific reason to think a dog's dream is simpler than its day. So if a rat dreams its track, your dog dreams his track. And his track is full of the biggest, most important thing in his world, which is you. But wait, if the rat lay perfectly still while it dreamed, why does your dog kick and twitch and bark? There's a specific piece of the brain for this. It's called the pons, down in the brainstem. During REM sleep, the pons does one crucial job. It paralyzes the body. It switches off your muscles so you don't physically act out your dreams. You dream of running. Your legs stay still. Scientists call it rematonia. It's a safety mechanism, but it's never perfect. Even in humans, A few signals slip past it. In dogs, the pons does the exact same job. And in puppies and older dogs, a little more slips through. So while most of the dream stays locked in the brain, fragments leak out. A paw twitches, a leg runs, a bark escapes, which means something remarkable. When you watch your dog twitch in his sleep, you're not watching a glitch. You're watching the edges of his dream, the parts that slip past the lock. You are, quite literally, watching him dream from the outside. He isn't chasing a rabbit. He's probably replaying you. That walk you took this morning, the ball you threw the moment you came through the door and he lost his mind with joy. His brain is taking those moments and running them again in the dark to press them into permanent memory. You spend part of your day with your dog. Your dog, it seems, spends part of his night with you too, living it a second time.
Sit with that for a second, because it's stranger and warmer than it first sounds.
When you fall asleep, your own dreams wander. Strange places, old faces, things that never happened. But your dog's dreams, as far as we can tell, keep circling back to the small, real world he loves. And you are the largest thing in it. You are, quite possibly, what he dreams about. So tonight, when your dog is asleep and the twitching starts, don't wake him. Watch him instead. Those small running paws, that catching breath. Somewhere behind his closed eyes, a day is playing again, probably today. And moving through that day, appearing and reappearing, is a figure he can't stop returning to. You. You'll never fully know what the world looks like from inside your dog's head. You can't ask him, he can't tell you. But after a quarter century of reading the sleeping brain, science can tell you this much with confidence. When his eyes close and the day begins to replay, you are in it. Let him sleep. He might be right in the middle of a good one.